Everybody. Wow, it's been a while. First I just want to apologize for this setup. I know it's probably absolutely atrocious. Along with my appearance. um I am about 3 days behind on my readings, so I absolutely wanted to make sure that I did not miss another day. And I really hope you guys can't see the pop-ups that are coming up. Usually I put my phone on airplane mode while I film for you guys, but today I am expecting an important call, so I have to leave it off. Um, I'm really hoping that you guys, that doesn't disturb the video. I mean, this is just, I'm very sorry guys, but I wanted to be consistent with the readings. Um, So here I am. I've been going through a little bit of personal struggle in my life, and that's why I haven't been here the last 3 days, but I'm here now. Um, Before I get started on the reading, I do want to say a prayer for the sick and suffering addict. Um, And the reason this is on my mind is because I witnessed something last night, and I've been thinking about it constantly ever since. I was coming home last night from dropping off a friend, and I turned onto my street, and there was a fire truck. And I've never seen this before, but when a fire truck's passenger door is open, there's a stop sign on it. And so I stopped, and I was like coming around very cautiously, and I happened to look at what was going on, and somebody was flat on his back. It was a gentleman. He was flat on his back on the ground, and they were doing the sternum rub, which is, you're not familiar. If it's somebody ODs or is unconscious and you're trying to wake them up, you take your knuckles and you rub their sternum. And if they're not already deceased, that can help wake somebody up out of whatever they're in. And it was very jarring to see that. I wasn't expecting to see that. And that's not the first time that I've seen something like that happen. Even on the side of the road with police or paramedics, I've seen that in the past before. And every time I see it, it does not get any easier. Um, You know what? I'm so sorry I just want to make sure that this is halfway friggin' decent. Maybe I could just hold it for a few minutes. Um, so anyway, needless to say, it's been on my mind ever since last night, and I keep wondering how he's doing, and I just want to send prayers and well wishes to him and ask if God can please protect him and help him. So much of that is going on in this world, and it's just one person that I saw last night, and it's different when it's up in your face. Um, so I just wanted to start off today's meditation dedicated to him, and he's in my thoughts and prayers. Guys, I so apologize for this. I'm so sorry, and you know what? I'm sure, because I have sunglasses on too, so it's probably looking different. I'm sure when I go back to post this, it's just gonna look atrocious. But I'm sorry, this is just what we have to work with today. So let me shut up now and jump over to our morning meditations. We're gonna start off with our trusty, just for today. Pull your book out and turn to page 21, and it is January 21st. And if you're confused, yes, today is the 23rd, but I'm 3 days behind. So I'm going to start off doing this 21st, 22nd, 23rd to catch us up. Actually, you know what? Let's do today's now. So we'll go over to page 23, and this is January 23rd for today, Saturday the 23rd, Serenity Check. Ever had a perfect stranger remark about how great the weather was, only to reply, "It stinks"? When this happens, we're probably suffering from a lack of daily maintenance in our program. In recovery, life can get pretty hectic. Maybe those added responsibilities at work have got you hopping. Maybe you haven't been to a meeting for a while. Perhaps you've been too busy to meditate or haven't been eating regularly or sleeping well. Whatever the reason, your serenity is slipping. When this happens, it is crucial that we take action. We can't afford to let one bad day, complete with a bad attitude, slip into 2, 4 days, or a week. Our recovery depends on our daily maintenance program. No matter what is happening in our lives, we can't afford to neglect the principles that have saved our lives. There are many ways to recover our serenity. We can go to a meeting, phone our sponsor, meet another recovering addict for lunch, or try to carry the message to a newcomer. We can pray. We can take a moment to ask ourselves what simple things we haven't been doing. When our attitudes head downhill, we can avert a crash with simple solutions. Just for today, I will examine the maintenance of my daily program of recovery. Okay, yeah, and you know what? This just circles around to keeping you first, keeping your recovery first. If you are empty and you are running low, how can you be there to help others? And you know what? It's not even only about helping others. If you're feeling down on yourself, how can you be everything you need to be for yourself? And I know the message of positivity can sometimes be annoying, all of it in itself. I really do. Like, obviously, we all know that everybody can't be positive and happy 100% of the time. I fully understand this. I live a very realistic life day to day. I'm just like everybody else. So I get that. Sometimes it is okay to say, you know what, I'm not having a great day. But when you recognize that, and it's when you say, could it be that I need a little extra help in this department or that department? So that's why it's good to keep like an eye on your inventory and see where you are in life. Maybe you're filled up in every single area and you're just feeling like shit that day. That's normal and that's fine. But it's good to just keep an eye on and keep up to date and with everything that's going on with yourself. It helps. And I know even that's not realistic. People can't sit there and, live their entire life, everything for themselves. These are just tips and tricks. And I say this all the time, but I never want these videos to feel like I'm telling anybody what to do or I'm a teacher in this subject. That is not what's going on here. I am very early on in my own journey of all types, a weight loss journey, my recovery journey, and just overall bettering my life. And I started this YouTube channel at the beginning of my journey as well, so that we could all grow together. So don't ever feel like I am being, like this, because that's the furthest thing from the truth. If you guys know anything, tips or tricks that you think can help me or someone else watching, please, by all means, tell me in the comments below. So, with that being said, we're going to jump over to the language of letting go, my Bellany baby. Sorry, guys. Once again, I apologize for this horrible setup. I apologize. So, we're going to jump over to January 23rd. New energy coming. I like that. I like the sound of that. There is a new energy, a new feeling coming into our life. We cannot base our expectations about how we will feel tomorrow or even a few hours from now on how we feel in this moment. There are no two moments in time alike. We are recovering. We are changing. Our life is changing. At times, things haven't worked out the way we wanted. We had lessons to learn. The future shall not be like the past. The truly difficult times are almost over. The confusion, the most challenging learning experiences, the difficult feelings are about to pass. Do not limit the future by the past. Reflect on the beginning of your recovery. Haven't there been many changes that have brought you to where you are now? Reflect on 1 year ago. Wow. Haven't you and your circumstances changed since then? Yes. Sometimes problems and feelings linger for a while. These times are temporary. Times of confusion, uncertainty, times of living with a particular unsolved problem do not last forever. We make these times doubly hard by comparing them to our past. Each situation and circumstance has had its particular influence in shaping who we are. We do not have to scare ourselves by comparing our present and future to a painful past, especially our past before we began recovering or before we learned through a particular experience. Knowing that the discomfort will not be permanent, do not try to figure out how you shall feel or when you shall feel differently. Instead, trust. Accept today, but do not be limited by it. A new energy is coming. A new feeling is on the way. We cannot predict how long it will be by looking at it or at how it was or how it is, because it shall be entirely different. We have not worked and struggled in vain. It has been for and towards something. Times are changing for the better. Continue on the path of trust and obedience. Be open to the new. Today, God, help me not judge or limit my future by my past. Help me be open to all the exciting possibilities for change, both within and around me. Whew, I love that reading. I love this reading. I can relate to this reading so hard because, I mean, I don't know about everybody else. I'd really like to hear other people's opinions on this reading because I do this all the time. And you know when you're in like a dilemma in your life or you're going through something, it always feels like it's the end of the world. Like I remember when I had my breakup with my kid's father I was with for 10 years. I mean, I've known him since I was 8 years old. We were best friends before we were ever together. And then when we were together 10 years. And when we broke up, I did not know how I was ever going to breathe another breath. It took me 1 year to process and get over that. That was a hard one. And, you know, I think about thoughts that I had during that time, and it's like, you know, how wrong I was. Not so long after that, my little sister, went through a breakup as well. And I just knew how she was feeling and what she was going through. And things feel like they're the end of the world, but it's not. It's never the end of the world. You're always going to get through it, no matter how hard it seems at the time. And there's lessons to be learned in everything that we go through. And you know what? I did that for a long time with the past thing. And actually the opposite. I was comparing where I am now, or, you know, before I started this journey, to where I was when I was doing well in my past. So this reading just helps me understand that that's not true. It's not true. You can't judge your present on what you think things are going to be like in the future or where they should be, excuse me, or by the past of what you have done or what you didn't do. Or that's why it's so important to be present. And when it says to look back on a year ago and to see where you were, weren't you different? Absolutely. I was so different a year ago. And I'll be different a year from today. Wow, I really enjoyed this reading. You know, like I say, sometimes I do these readings and things don't jump out to me as crazy, like, yes, but other times they do. And that reading will sit with me today. That reading, I really liked that reading. I enjoyed that reading. Guys, please let me know down below how you feel about these. Anything, your thoughts, your experiences. I would love to hear about them. Thank you so much for joining me today for this reading. Like I said, this reading right now that I did was for today, Saturday, January 23rd. I will jump back on in a few minutes to get the last 2 days read and posted so that we are all back on track. But please subscribe for more. And thank you so much, guys. Today is a good day for a good day, and I'll see you here tomorrow.